Okay, good morning, everybody. It is my great honor to introduce the next General Manager of BART, Miss Grace Crunican. Please welcome Grace.
Thank you. Thanks very much. I prepared some remarks. I wanted to make sure that I got out there, and sometimes I talk a little too fast if I don't read through it, so I'm going to read this and happy to take some questions afterwards. I think this job is all about BART's customers. It's about the riders and about those that travel in the BART Bay Area. It's about making the whole transportation system work for the region's economic, environmental, and other goals that the region sets. I'd like to thank the BART board for selecting me the new general manager. I truly appreciate your support. This is a little awkward, not looking at you, but I truly appreciate your support. Also, thanks to each of you for your ongoing efforts to guide the district as it provides customers with safe, reliable, and cost-effective service that enhances the livability of this great region. As I enter this new position, I am well aware that BART is one of the most respected rail systems in the country. That is a direct result of the board's leadership and the hard work of the more than 3,000 employees that operate, maintain, and manage this system every day. I appreciate the opportunity to serve. Thanks for that flash. Hang on here, folks. I appreciate the opportunity to lead this agency as we continue the history of safe, reliable rail service for all the Bay Area residents and for its visitors. My approach to managing transportation systems is one of transparency, collaboration, and engagement. I believe any endeavor is stronger through partnerships, and I will work to build those partnerships from my first day on the job. That includes reaching out to BART's customers, to the communities BART serves, and to other stakeholders. I will work with the board to coordinate with other regional transit agencies, planning and funding organizations, and our other partners at local, regional, state, and federal level to enhance the services BART provides daily. This includes attention to intermodal connections and to cooperation with all. I recognize that there are challenges that BART and all public transit agencies will face in the near future. I look forward to helping to secure the financial support needed for the BART Fleet of the Future Rail Vehicle Replacement Program, for the ongoing track and station maintenance and upgrades, and for the extensions to the system underway. These projects will help BART serve its customers and maintain its standing as one of the nation's most premier transit agencies. Again, it is an honor and a privilege to be able to serve BART as its next general manager and to work with the board, the employees, and the customers to secure a strong future for the rail service that will be critical to maintaining the region's livability standards as it continues its growth in the economy. Thank you very much. I appreciate your coming today, and I'd be happy to answer some questions. Crunican. And if you slaughter it, I don't really care. Don't worry. I will sit down with the board. I'll sit down with the customers. From the first day, I'll be meeting with customers and employees and opening my door to folks to speak with them. So I need to hear from everybody what the issues are, and I'll be making some decisions then. Right now, I'm not on board and don't want to get into any of the specifics of the past couple of months. Sounds fun to me. I'll pick it up later. Really, I haven't, let me get my feet on the ground and listen to both sides. I'd like to talk to both sides of the issue or all sides of the issue, and I'll have something to say. I'll be happy to sit down with you and work with you after I get started. I think it'd be very inappropriate for me to comment on that right now. In Seattle, I was the director of transportation for the city, which primarily took care of roads and parking. We built a streetcar when I was there, but I wasn't in charge of a rail system there. I've been in charge of the Oregon Department of Transportation for the state of Oregon. A lot of operations there, coordinated transit service. I've also been the deputy of the Federal Transit Administration, where we regulated transit properties around the country, and working with the deputies in all the regions was my responsibility, so I had some work with BART at that point in time. Worked with BART. I don't know that I can take advantage of the climate. The climate's pretty cloudy. But I've got good relations with folks in Washington, D.C., and I'll work with the region and the BART board, as well as the congressional delegation and the officials in Washington. I think the only thing you can do is put together a good case, get your facts together, show the implications of the investment, and then make your appeal to the folks in the region, as well as to Washington, D.C. and Sacramento. I'm sure that there's some passenger committees or organized boards. I also ride the system when I'm in town. I usually use the system. And so I just stop and talk to customers. I go out and kick the tires, in this case, kick the rails, I guess. Go out and talk to the operators, the station attendants, and stand at some stations and just meet some customers coming through. If they've got the time to talk, I'd like to listen. But I'm sure that there are systems inside BART already where customers have input. And so doing some evaluation of what people's thoughts are on the system. And we have customer surveys, I'm sure, to review those and keep an open door. Mm-hmm. Okay, happy to. We had our system set up in Seattle for our typical snowstorm, which is about a 3 to 4 day system. So we have a 3 to 4 day snow plan. And by the end of the snowstorm, it was a 14-day snowstorm with 14 days of sub-zero, not sub-zero, but below freezing temperature. So the ice got a little ahead of us. We'd also made a switch in policy that I think people endorsed at the time, which was to reduce the use of salt and instead use some substitutes for that. So we didn't get all the ice removed in the beginning, and the ice started to build up, and that was what really caused us some problems. I think a fair read of the situation was that we did as well, if not better, than the other providers in the area. But my team got a little bit tired by the end of it. We were 12 on, 12 off. And so I think the things we would have done differently is made an exception on the salt, put the salt down, probably gone to an 8-8-8 schedule. So there's some things we could do that we changed. There were also a lot of politics. They were writing about the snowstorm through August, and that happened to be when the primary was over. So I don't know. There are certainly things we could have done better. Please. I have not headed an agency that had its own police force. My work in Seattle with the chief of police was very cordial, and with folks on down in the hierarchy. I'm a straightforward person, so I just get to the punchline. Don't carry a lot of baggage from the last conversation and want to sit down and discuss the issues. I also, when I talk to the board about this, probably will meet with the other chiefs of police in the area that BART serves so that I can understand their perceptions get some context to it, of the actions of the police force. But I'll be boning up on that one and working with the chief and other chiefs in the area to understand how we can do a little bit better. It might be on that. Whenever you put a new general manager in or a new director of transportation in, they come with a bevy of experience. This is one I don't have. I think it's fair to get started on that, and I've got some areas I need to work on. That's one of them. Please. Thank you. Yes, I do have a good track record of reaching out to people of color in terms of customers and in terms of clients, in terms of the contracting community. I'm the economic development chair of Tabor 100, which is a group of African American businesses in Seattle, and they were very helpful to me as I took the helm at SDOT, my past job, and I doubled the numbers on our utilization there and had the same interest when I was at the Oregon Department of Transportation. That's not an on-the-job training issue. I need to meet the local providers of services, but I think we can do a lot to move ahead in that area. Thank you. Excuse me a sec. Can we go for the gentleman in blue first and then purple and then to red lady? Fleet of the Future? I think we'll be looking at money. I need to work with the board on this, but as I approach any of these jobs, we need to look at money in general and figure out what we can do to explain the system itself and look at where the benefits accrue and then reach out and put a financial plan together. It may be an incremental plan. If we've got funding for a certain number now and we want to add to that, we need to go from there. But you need to explain what the economic benefits are. The service implications will be incredible if you don't replace the fleet. So it's a situation of having, if you chose not to replace it at all, you'd be rolling up service. So it's the local area, it's the region, it's Sacramento, and it's Washington, D.C. It's a combination of all those. I'm going to take the gentleman in purple and then the lady in red, and then I'm advised we should get out of here. I have set up a meeting, or I've asked for a meeting with the union. They meet tomorrow, and I would like to meet with all the union presidents tomorrow just to say hello, make sure they understand who I am. They're as interested in ongoing service and jobs as management is. I understand there's negotiations to be had. We've got time to sit down and address the issues that are coming ahead. I'm not a sneaky person. I'm real straightforward, so they'll have a chance to know where we're headed before we get there. Last question. I'm not going to comment on that right now. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Thanks, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you very much.